You guys are doing? How you guys doing? See, a girl is here. Just finished make me a pot of soup. Look at that family. That pinto bean soup family. Got some real OG soup up in here. So we are about to. Somebody had asked me to make them some soup. They said they're coming for it tomorrow. So I'm gonna share my kids out first. Cause at first I didn't want to eat over it before that person come. When I mean eat over it, like share out the food, they wanted, but they said they're not gonna be able to come until tomorrow. So apparently, it would be my fault they don't come for the soup today. I call them, let them know when the pot was cooking. It's done. They said tomorrow. So tomorrow, okay. So this is what we're gonna do. So let me put this up on the tripod and then come back. Let me go up on the tripod. Let me put it up here so that I can get my hand to use. You can see what I'm doing with my soup, baby. With my soup, baby. So your girl making some soup, okay? Some soup, baby. So we're gonna put it up in here. Yes, guys, I come home and your girl was not playing. Your girl come home and straight to her soup. So this is her soup right here. She was not playing. She come home. I cooked the peas from scratch, and then I end up put some pinto beans in there because I wanted it to be nice and rich. So I put that in there as well. And what she made this white thing here. I didn't get to pick the bones out of there because I used the beef bone and some beef stuff I had there too. So I'm gonna get the kids. I know they like dumpling. Get them some meat. I don't want to give them the bony part because I had some beef, some meat section in there too. So I want to give them the meat because they like meat. And I want to give them too much of everything. But I want to find some meat for them. Because they like meat. I'm going to have to cut that off the bone. Or they can enjoy the bone with it. Jaden, what are you doing? So Jaden like dumpling. So this is how I make my dumpling this time. Small. You want the dumpling you want too?
All of them.
You want all of them. Okay, I give you two dumplings. So that's too much food for him. I give you two dumplings with this little one here. And then that's a big but piece of it is bone family. So that's one. Get your spoon, move those things out the way. And then I gotta share for the let me share for the person food so I could put it up so when they come tomorrow they can have that. And they say they won't be able to make it today for it. So I wanna put it up. I wanna have theirs put up. I just put theirs in this so they can have it, so they can warm up. Oop, it's hot. It's hot. And then put it up. Some potatoes. And putting it in there, you know what I mean? Beef bone. This is a real OG's beef bone. And we have mushroom up in here. So, ooh, this is hot. And then now we're just gonna pour some soup over it, guys. I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm doing, but this is what I'm doing right here. And then now I'm gonna take some soup up and just put it over it like this. So tomorrow when and then I'm gonna have to.
Nope.
Okay. So that's what the person is gonna get for tomorrow. Right there. I'll have to rest it over here. Yeah. Alright, so that's out the way now. Let me get the big one, the little one meat out the way. The big one food is already shared. Get him some food. So that's what I came home and did, people. Some soup. Come on. Made me some soup. I'm trying to get the little one some dumpling. I have some spinach up in here. Where's the dumpling? I didn't put much dumpling, but I'm looking for the dumpling. Okay. So this, I'm just gonna put some more meat up in there for the little one. He's a meaty. He's a meat kind of guy. And then since he wasn't feeling well, so that's gonna be for the baby. Then, all right. And then I'm gonna share myself. Yeah, that's your food. We have plenty of soup. So nice rich soup, guys. We get the pinto bean in the pack. And we did what we had to do. We did the do. And this is it. So anybody likes soup, you're welcome. And then I put some of the low carbs. See some of the spinach here. This is what I call the spinach. So I'm having some soup here, family. Some soup. And if you don't like mushroom, then you might not like this. But we have mushroom up in there. So that's that. And then I gotta cover up that soup. And then we're gonna have some soup because we're not wasting our thick, nice, rich soup, guys. See? Rich, nice and rich. You can see down in the pot. Nice, look, nice and rich. So if anybody likes soup, and then when I was growing up as a kid, on weekends we normally make soup. So on weekends it was a must for us to make soup. On Saturdays and Thursdays we would eat whatever leftover we have left. And so forth. So that's it.
Tickle time.
Yeah.
Why is that not?
So I'm just gonna half cover this food here. You don't want to cover it because I'm gonna let it go room temperature. Then put it in the fridge for tomorrow. So when that supposed to come, they can get it. Oh, did I put any dumpling in my plate? Because I like my beef soup with dumplings. Yeah, then. Yeah, it's hot, you gotta wait.
Whistle.
Okay, guys. I did not put no dumpling in my plate, so I gotta get me some dumplings.
Yes, dumpling.
I got spinach. I want dumpling. I want dumpling.
Give me all the dumplings.
Mm-hmm.
You have all of the dumplings.
I'm looking if I see spinach. How many dumpling was there?
Because I see one.
Okay.
I see two.
Because I made these tiny little dumplings, guys, but I need some dumpling in my soup.
I didn't see what.
I remember there was no salt in the pot, so I need 2 dumplings. So good.
I need two.
If you're a dumpling person, then the soup is yours. Nice and rich. So, you have that right there. Move your computer stuff. Yes, I know. So we're done with that, family. And I can take this down. Oop. Could take this down. All right, family. So I'm gonna sample the soup and let you know what's going on. See, this is my bowl. This is how my bowl looks, family. Yes, the girl come home and she gets in the kitchen and she cook up a storm for me, for her and our children. And then somebody had asked me, when you gonna make soup? I made soup the first time and I give the person some. So he said, when you gonna make me some more soup? You know. So this have no salt in it, but look how nice and rich. You don't even think, you don't miss the salt. So let me sample it.
I'm the bomb.
Your Verna's left downstairs. You don't have to worry about no salt, people. All the seasoning that was put in there is good enough. And the dumpling got no salt. How does it taste to you?
Alright. So, it tastes yummy.
You tried yet, or you just gonna tell me a lie? You gotta sample something in order to tell me how it tastes. Now we taste the dumpling, guys, because the dumpling, we did not cook our dumpling with no salt. Nothing have added salt, because the seasoning you use already has salt. So I have a spinach right here, and this is all pinto beans in here with bell pepper, 1 bell pepper, 1 whole onion, and about 2 stalks of scallion up in here. and some chicken, some chicken sin.
Pop.
Do I look like Pop?
No, don't pop in the pizza.
Oh, the patenda tita. My kids go knock me over, you see? But such is life. And then I put the spinach in there and the dumpling, but no salt. No salt. So let's come along, let we try it. And this one like dumpling.
Pop.
Can you walk?
Mommy.
Hey.
Can I go downstairs and get my burger?
No.
But
No. Where is the orange one?
oh no,
Where is it?
my fridge.
Okay,
And
probably that's the one he's talking. The orange one in over there. Oh, this is good.
It's very
You have no salt, but you won't miss it. You gotta cool it, baby.
Super Pop.
Give him the fruit punch. You want fruit punch? Give him the fruit punch.
Pop. Which one?
That's the only pop we have, which is fruit punch. Here. They call the steak chicken.
I love the chicken.
Get him a cup. Here you go. I got him a cup. So I came upstairs to their family. They ride their bike a little bit downstairs after I came upstairs. And I come up and start the cooking.
Remember the cat?
Hmm?
Remember that cat?
But this is nice and rich.
I don't miss the salt.
Hmm?
I don't miss the salt.
You don't miss the salt. I don't eat it. Has seasoning.
That's enough.
Mm.
The salt.
Ooh, it's hot. Mm.
But
the dumpling is good.
That part.
Okay, that's the same one in here. Ooh, I like the dumpling. Anybody love dumpling? Dumpling lovers? Dumpling lovers. That's who we are. But this soup, 5-star. 5-star soup. Homemade. Mm-hmm. Hot. This is hot.
The two different kinds of poppies in there is yum.
You know if I miss my front teeth, you know? Hot food.
Oh, burn your gum up.
You said what, baby?
Oh, burn your gum.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't got one, so that's burn my gum.
We all got gum, baby. You gotta take your time, baby. It's hot. Look, he's trying to put the big old piece of meat up in his mouth. Bite, move his spoon. Move his spoon, Amir.
I wanna try.
Bite now, bite it.
I wanna try.
He want the whole of it.
You got a big appetite.
I love the dumpling.
How big is my appetite?
Nice bean soup. Ooh. This used to be a tradition in my house growing up. Doesn't mean bean soup, it could mean any soup. This is my tradition. But look how nice it is. You don't even miss the cock soup. Once you have the rice seasoning, have some pepper flakes up in there.
Between honey soup? Honey soup? Chocolate tea soup?
Ooh.
Chocolate tea soup?
Chocolate tea soup. This is Spencer bean.
Blueberry soup?
I don't know about that soup.
Strawberry soup?
That's juice, really. That's juice.
There are so many different kinds of soup out there.
But you see the spinach in the soup? Turn up the soup. Turn the soup up. But I didn't cook a lot of dumpling.
My throat is dry.
Hmm?
My throat is dry.
I really drink your water. Here's your next hunger, baby, for help you. I'm sorry I didn't feel like picking off the meat off the bone. I did not.
Why?
When you have a long day, you just want to hurry up and cook.
I don't blame you either.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame you.
Use the other hand and hold it. That's why God give us two hands so we
I'm
can hold.
left-handed.
You know matter, I'm right-handed. You're not left-handed, you're right-handed. Use it this hand to and hold the meat.
Yes.
But don't worry, families. When I get certain things straight out, then you guys want some for my soup. You guys will be able to. All right. I'm known for the soup. I'm the soup girl.
Like ice.
Hmm?
Ice. I love ice.
I'm the soup girl.
Ice.
Give me any soup and I will cook it for you. Any soup. Any soup, no matter vegetable soup, no matter what kind of soup.
How about unhealthy soup?
What they call unhealthy soup?
Unhealthy soup is where you put Cheetos in your soup. And chips. Gypsies.
You know, when you're young, you have your imagination running somewhere else.
What? Of course our brain.
So when I get that thing set up, babies, there, I'm telling you, I'll show you how.
Your video's almost getting to 100 because you got 3 likes and 1
Hey, no count up how much things God bless me with. Be quiet. Let God do his job. You eat.
So our job is to eat.
Yeah, your job is to eat. Eat healthy and strong. Because before I eat out the dumpling. Amir, you want me to cut your dumpling for you?
Yes, I would love to.
No, you're going to eat it by yourself?
Cut it. Can you cut my dumpling?
You want to cut your dumpling? Yeah. You know, technically, we're supposed to cut your dumpling for you.
And
That's how we parents used to do it back then. Get one knife and have like a pointed knife and cut up the dumpling in the plate. It used to be so fun. And then you count how many dumplings you got in the plate. And it's one dumpling that cut up in so much. They make one big cartwheel.
oh yeah, do a chicken dance.
I'm gonna make you a cartwheel one of these days so you can see what's a cartwheel look like.
It's a cartwheel.
A big old dumpling, the biggest dumpling on the planet.
If I blow this whistle, can I go to
If
Jamaica?
you need more what?
If I blow this whistle, can I go to Jamaica?
I wish. You will go in due time, don't worry. So yes, family, we just make up the soup here and getting up some soup up in the pan.
You got it down.
Mm-hmm. You gotta cut the meat. And I'm glad he is eating too. The mushroom tastes good in the soup. But I love the dumpling up in the
Wait,
soup.
where's the mushroom?
The mushroom in the pot.
Oh. Dumpling!
Oh?
I didn't get no mushroom.
You didn't get no mushroom? You gotta
can't
check your
see.
soup.
I'm looking on my phone. I can't see a mushroom.
I only buy 1 pack of mushroom today, remember? But they're probably in the bottom of the soup. If I see any in my soup, I'll give it to you. Because this is the guy, he like mushroom. I don't see any more. They're probably in the bottom. But let me eat up my dumpling because I like the dumpling. You know when you just cook the soup, family, and you eat the dumpling? Ooh. At this point, you want to eat out all the dumpling. This is just white flour though, family. No cornmeal. I didn't have no cornmeal in there. I got cornmeal, but I didn't have no time to put my cornmeal up in here. So I just cook it. Everything I cook, no salt. I just use the seasoning, which was the added salt, and that's it.
How come you didn't have no time to put the caramel in?
I didn't want no cornmeal in there.
But why?
Because these cornmeal taste kind of different.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, I'm right. You don't know why I say it tastes kind of different. But this is good. No cock soup, but it's still you know, once you know if you cook, you know, you just soak some peas, throw it in your pot, put little seasoning or something and let it simmer with everything and blend in and you're good to go. You know what I mean? Yeah.
1, 2,
But for
3,
everybody who
4,
want to
5.
sample the food one of these fine days,
5 dumpling I got. No,
Because a lot of people be asking for soup.
I want all the soup.
Mm-hmm.
All the soup in your pot.
And I don't like a bunch of food in my soup, so I rather it boil out in the soup and give it soup nice, rich flavor. And we can eat, you know. But anybody know soup and you make soup? Barry walking exercise, how are you? Greetings. Yes, man, long time, but we are here. You know how it go. You know how it go. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, man. Here, drinking up some good old soup here. Some good old soup. But gone were the days you have to throw salt in your pot. You don't need no salt in your pot no more to cook. Get the season you used to and start use it as something. You don't need a whole lot either.
So I can turn my hand into a whistle.
When I start learning to use things without salt, I find the season that have nice flavor to it. And then when you're eliminating the salt, then the season complement that. You gonna go? Okay. And then I came home, I was helping him do some work I gotta finish up for today. Yes, man, soup. I remember those days. Every Saturday, soup was a day. Yes, man, soup was a must. Thursdays was leftover day. That mean anything you cook from Sunday, Thursday, you knock it out. Friday was like a cheat day where you can eat anything you want, whether bread and egg and what you call it, sardine and bread, or so with some juice and something. Princess Brown, big up yourself. Wagwan. Wagwan, me sis. Me there. Up movement, bless up. Barry says so true. Yes, man, those traditional days, I'm telling you. Saturday, you can market and get your fresh bone. All the best, man. Thank you. Bless up yourself, princess. Bless up, man. Up movement, bless up. Barry walking exercise. Bless up to everybody. Bless up, man. All right, sis. All right. I'm doing good here too. I drink some good old yard style soup. You know. Good thing I dropped me some mushroom in there. And I dropped me a cream of mushroom in there as well. So, but no salt, baby. No salt. And when we say no salt, we mean no added salt. We don't put no salt in there. It's a real talk, man. Yeah, man. Yardy soul. Yeah, man. Yardy style, of course. Yeah, man. On Saturday, we used to go to market up on Friday. On Friday, they would do slaughtering. And wait, on Saturday, so most people go up on Friday and go get their beef bone and so, and they slice of beef what they want. And then they have it for Saturday to make some soup. I may tell you, those were the days. Yeah, man. But sometimes when you hear somebody say you cook soup without salt, how it tastes just like regular soup with salt. You just have to know that once you lose something out your soup, you step it up with something else. That's all that is, you know. You just have to know how to do your thing in your kitchen. Play around with your kitchen, you know. And study your seasoning that you use every day. The seasoning that you use every day to cook your food are the same seasoning you're going to use to help make your soup. So you just study your season, know the seasoning that really can give your soup a good kick. Like how they say you need a hook. Just study the seasoning, man. Saturday soup day, man. Yeah, man. Red pea soup. Yeah, man. This one a pinto bean, though. We having the pinto bean today. So we have pinto bean soup today. Yeah, man. This is beef soup with pinto bean, sweet potato, scallion and onion, and some pinto bean in there, and some seasoning, and mushroom. And get 1 can of the cream of mushroom and just drop it in there. If you don't have that, it's just alright. We say use what we got, you know what I mean? In the house, so I make the soup and me hear a voice to get your cream cream and mushroom, drop it in there. Mm-hmm. And if you wonder if you dumpling fresh, it's fresh, but it tastes good. Because my taste bud used to it, you know what I mean? When you drink soup, at best time for you to dumpling without no salt, because you drink soup, you know what I mean? Here. Because you drink, you drink the soup. So the best time for eat dumpling without salt is when you're drinking soup.
And then.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's put it right down here so boy not easy no man. Let me go wash my hand. You know, so the best time for when you make your soup, family. Like from boy, then keep squeezing out my soap. Go sit down. You're a soup butter. Yeah, man. So the best time for eat, watch it. Put that down and finish your soup because I want to sick. You say, bless up, sister, enjoy your soup, we'll talk, man. Yeah, man. Yes, Princess Brown, take it easy, my sister. Yeah, man. Blessings to everyone, you know.
You got some hearts, Mom.
Huh?
I got some hearts.
You come like a watching lady. You watch out my channel, eh? Where you watch out my profile for? Me I watch out your schoolwork? Me I watch out your schoolwork?
No.
Okay, so you watch out for my schoolwork for? He might look for me and him, nope. That's how we do it here, some people. So sweet potato, they call sweet yam over here, sweet potato.
Man,
Mm.
what about the cat from outside?
The who?
The cat.
Jaden, why me I eat and you go bring up the cat? Me not like them something, you know, wait till me finish eat, then you ask me them this something.
Then the cat go into
Oh, wait till me finish eat. The cat meet in accident, he go ask me about it. Wait till me finish eat, no? Wrong time. May the cat soul rest in peace, but not bring up nothing more. We want to eat in a piece. What we do, we can talk about it, okay?
Okay.
All right,
That's
no,
sad.
Hmm?
That's sad.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah, okay, Jenny, can we wait till we finish?
I was wanting the pet.
You gonna get a pet when we're not living in an apartment. You cannot get a pet when we live in an apartment. No dogs allowed. Unless they're service dog.
I can have a cat and I have a dog.
If they're service, don't I'm here like the dog. So both of you'd have to have a dog.
I'll have a cat then.
Well, either way, if you want cat and dog in the house, then
There are raining cats and dogs.
okay, well, you get raining cats and dog.
Yeah.
But let's talk about that part. Look, when we don't eat the soup, Lord. So what going for this Saturday? Where everybody have for this Saturday now? What kind of food? What kind of soup? Turn up soup. No soup there. Well, not everybody loves soup, by the way. You know what I mean? Not everybody likes soup.
Why?
Oh, I think in the south they call their soup gumbo. The same way like how we put everything together. I think they say it's called gumbo.
Why gumbo?
Gumbo soup. Where they have everything just like us. I heard in the south they cook, most of them in the south cook like Jamaican with their gumbo, but they just call it gumbo soup. And the burst gas too. So I think gumbo soup. Christopher Flash, wagwan, brother. Bless up, man. Bless up. We call it no salt day soup. Bless up, man. But it tastes good, you know. You get some of this on your plate, you know. You remember you forgot salt, man. Hey, yeah, man. Everyone, bless up, man. Oh, you at work, Chris? Yeah, man. Thank you so much. I don't want to get in trouble doing it, Chris. You know, the job them over here, so stay. With the phone business. But we know you know if you do your thing, you know what I mean? We like the part the way they say. I'm telling you want support, but it's strict over here. With the phone. But this is really good family.
Bowl.
Hmm?
I swallowed the bowl.
You gotta be careful. And then you can drink this with a glass of water, or you can have this with something else. Yes, Barry, walking exercises. Say catch up with you later. Yeah, man. Bless up, Barry. Bless up, my brother. Bless up, man. Thank you. Thanks to everyone.
Now I'm gonna full tired.
And I haven't ate dumpling in so long either. You know, I have ate dumpling now. Look at while.
This bone look like a fish. This is the tail. This is the body.
Dumpling. And probably the soup they call no salt soup. Yeah, man. So bless up to everybody. Bless up, man.
Yeah. Coming like a fish. Wait, looks like a race car.
You shape out like a race car too. Like one of those drop
These
back
are the
top car.
wheels. You can see the wheels. And this is the thing that they call, what that thing called?
What's that bone?
The bone? Yeah, it's a bone, but it looks like a race car.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not gonna throw this thing away now.
Here. You're so funny. Wipe your mouth out. He said not go throw the bone away.
Two.
Hmm?
I got 2 paper towels. I can put my bone in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I can't believe I found this.
This is good.
Now let's put that thing in there for later.
So even if you're a beginner cook, and you want to learn how to cook simple little soup, it's not hard.
You just give me that.
It's not hard. You get your peas, you wash up your beans and everything. Get your nice big pot. And if you're doing the bean not out the can and you're doing the bean from the pot, you don't even need no crock pot. Because if you're gonna cook your soup, you don't have to use a crock pot unless you want to. You have choices. That's a good thing about this
I
world.
forgot it.
And you wash your beans and stuff like that and take off the ones that are on the top, that are light on the top. Throw them in the bin. Throw your bean in the pot of water. You get a nice big pot of water. Throw your bean in your pot and make your water come to a boil. After make your pot boil up with the bean in there. And then every time you're gonna have to sink the bean because after a while they're gonna come to the top. So after a while you have to get another cup of water again, and I would suggest you get warm water this time so it can help cook it faster. Because the cold water, when you pour cold water into already hot water, you're gonna slow the temperature down and then pick it back up again. So that's why sometimes you can have things hard and some things soft. You know what I mean? Hard and soft. So just use the hot water again so it can keep cooking. And start do your little thing, and then after that you get your seasoning where you like, whatever you say you're gonna put in your pot, your bell pepper, your scallion. You can't go wrong with onion. Get your one whole onion and some garlic, you can never go wrong. And some good old scallion, beat up a scallion, if preferably the fresh one, where you go to the market and get the fresh one and just beat him up. Or you can crush him up with your hand like a bit, tenderize it, like, and just drop him in your pot when you're near to cook. With the scallion, when the pot almost near to cook, and drop them in there, bring the flavor up, everything up in your face. And so bean not hard to cook, you just have to time it, and it depends on the kind of bean and the water you're putting in after it start to boil. And get your pot cooked. When the beans almost done cooking, will tell you, or you can press on it to test it, and if it's soft, then the bean almost done cooked, and sometimes the bean split, where you can see like it bursts halfway. So it telling you don't cook. You know what I mean? If you're not using the crock pot and you're just using the stove top, you might have to put water in it. Depending on the amount of water you put in the first round. If you put a good solid amount of water in the pot, maybe you have to just flush it again twice. And then that's it. When your peas done cook. And then while the peas going on, you put your meat in there, depending on the kind of meat and what kind of soup you're looking for. You're looking for a soup where the meat boiled out in the pan. So you have to think about the kind of meat you want. Do you want a soup where the meat boiled out in the pot, or do you want the soup where you don't want the meat too saggy or too soft? So you have to know what kind of a meat you desire you're looking for when you come onto your meat. You want to cook all the way out till it falling off the bone. Because not everybody like their soup like that. Some do, some don't. And do your thing, you know. And then you keep adding your other ingredients, and then you add the other foods that's gonna take longer to cook into your pot. So while the bean cooking or so and almost done, then this is the time that you start to prepare up everything else. Or if you didn't or if you already prepare the stuff, you put in the stuff that you know will take a little longer time to cook. You know. So whatever else you're gonna put in there that's gonna take a little more, maybe about another 5 minutes or so to cook. You wanna start put them in as soon as you realize your bean is almost done cooking. You start putting all the ingredients, but you start with the one that is gonna take a little longer to cook. And you start adding all the ingredients. Then your seasoning also last. Most people when you cook soup they put the seasoning last. When I start cook soup without seeing salt because they already have so much salt, I used to use the noodles in seasoning. I used to use like one of those or two of those in there. When I just start out cooking soup and trying to stay away from the salt and just use that in there because you're cooking a big pot of soup, you know, so that is good enough. And just make my soup. And if you have corn in your pot, you can drop a little bit of butter in there, just a little bit, nothing too much, to kind of bring the corn flavor up or so forth. So if you want dumpling, if you don't want dumpling like this, you make the spinach where you just make the need the flour. You just roll it up in the hand and just drop it in your pot small. You know, even if you can't make dumpling and you need up a flour, I use my spoon to knead my flour first. I need my spoon to mix up the flour, and then after I mix up the flour done, then after that I do the final touch with the hand where you combine it together more, make it more solid. So that's what I do. But you have to know how to gauge it with water so you don't get too so it ache on your hand. You don't want that. Because if it ache on your hand, then you have to add more flour, raw flour, to kind of keep it together. But I use my spoon to mix my flour first. So even if you have on nails or something, you don't have to put your hand in your flour to mix your flour. You just get you a nice big old spoon and you just pour the flour and then shape out the middle, add your water, keep pouring the flour, mix it around on there. Keep mixing it up, mixing up with a little bit of water because you're trying to get the dough solid. And go on there when it's solid enough. Now, if you have on nails, you put the dough in the middle of your hand and then you use the cushion of your hand to form up your dough. Or some people have a clean table. When I mean clean table where they can sprinkle flour, drop the dough out on there, roll them up on there, so your nails not touching anything, or you wear your gloves. You know. My grandmother showed me the spoon method of how to use the spoon to make dumpling. Because she never liked put her hand in flour. My grandmother never liked that. And she could cook a soup. But she never liked her hand in the flour. So she is the one who taught me how to use the spoon to make dumpling. Or we used to do spoon drop dumpling. We have to eat spoon drop dumpling. Spoon drop dumpling, we just literally use the spoon to make the dumpling. 1 second here. Sorry, family. What are you doing? You're roaming.
What Roman mean?
Roaming the street. Yes, man. So that's how we used to eat. My grandmother sat down there. We had this spoon dumpling. I need to talk to my sister. I said, you remember nothing about spoon drop dumpling? Used to call it spoon drop, where you use the spoon to make the dumpling. Your hand don't touch it any at all. And then they would use, when the flour is already formulated up into a dough, then they use the spoon to cut the dumpling, and cut the dough, and just use the spoon to drop it in the pot. Oh man. But those dumplings look like, they talk about shape when they say pushed out of shape. That's those kind of dumpling. Where you talk about pushed out of shape dumpling, yeah. Sometimes they come out nice and neat. They're more like the bogo yam. What they call it, bogo yam? Not yam. Lemon. The bogo lemon. The bogo lemon. It more shape out like that. If they carve it out good,
Like
where you have it kind of have look like it juki like, but it's not juki. It's just a flour. I forgot. Hmm? Well, finish eat up. You did good, but finish eat up your bean and stuff. Your protein is important. Finish up your food. Hey, you finish? Your tummy okay now? I think I gotta give him some more medicine. But nothing you're gonna do in life is hard, family. You just have to start. The hardest part of life when you say you don't know how to do something is to start. Once you start, then you say, oh,
how?
what are you doing? Wait.
Hmm?
What are you doing? Jalen, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. Don't do that. You cannot do that.
Cannot do what?
Get off. Re-
I'm on YouTube.
no, you cannot do that. Hold on. I see. My battery is low. You need charging. Go plug it in charge in the room. So it's in charge and come back and finish up your phone. Oh man, so you just have to know take a step on everything. Soup not hard to make, family. So don't think soup is hard. You just need your get your pack. Over here they have the 1 pound peas bag. You get one of that and make your soup. And to get your soup cooked, your peas cooked faster, soak your peas some overnight. That's a good way. You soak your peas some overnight, and if you're using the peas, cause you don't have to use peas. But if you're using the peas, if you're not using the peas, you just get your piece of chicken breast. If it's chicken breast you want, piece of beef, piece of pork chops, whatever you want. And you dice them up and cook them up, and then you get you some potatoes, some Irish potato, and let it cook down in the soup so it can dissolve, so give that soup that nice rich flavor. Even though you don't have the bean in there to make it nice and rich, you can use those things to help make your soup nice and thick. And then if you have the creamer mushroom, you can drop them in there. Or if you have the regular mushroom, you just drop it up in there. Or you can get some flour, and you can mix some flour up in there if you want to thicken the soup. If you're not using beans or so in your soup, because there's variety of soup out here. You know what I mean, to thicken your soup. The good thing with a vegetable soup, you don't really want your vegetable soup to be thick. So it depends on how you like your soup. And it depends on the kind of soup you're trying to go for, you know. So, and if you like pepper, I like my soup kind of spicy, but when you have children, you can spice up the soup. So
Wait,
that's why I like the pepper flakes,
is
because
that
the
something
pepper
in here?
flakes the pepper flakes come in handy, because when I empty out their soup, then I could add some pepper flakes to my soup while it's still steaming hot or piping hot. And then I mix it together, and then I will get the desired taste that I was looking for, that I couldn't do in one shot because they can't eat too much spice at their age. You know what I mean? I want my dinner to be enjoyable for all of us, not just me sitting down enjoying it and they had, you know what I mean? So yeah. So you just get up your scallion and your onion and carrot. You can grate your carrot. If, let's say, you don't use it like we have Jamaican cock soup. I don't have any. Alright, so and you want your soup to be nice as well. You could grate your carrot. Your carrot can make it look like a pumpkin. Yes, you could grate your carrot, shred it, or you could blend it and make your soup. You know, blend the amount of carrot you want to thicken your soup as well. You could blend that as well. Put it in your soup. You don't want too much to overpower, because you know one ingredient can overthrow everything sometimes. And then sometimes it's hard to come back from one ingredient because it's too much in the pot. So everything you have to do is just, you have to know how to balance it out. And fresh chicken, like you go to the store and grab your fresh chicken from the store, that's the perfect way to make a soup. Fresh something that you just grab it where you didn't have to untie it. Those things to me make good soup. Everything make good soup, whether it's frozen or not, but I'm just saying, if you're looking for a quick soup, let's say right now you're here and say, you know, I feel like I would want me a quick little soup. You run out, to grab your fresh piece of chicken breast or some chicken wings if you want that kind of soup. Depends on the kind of soup you want. You know what I mean? Drop it in a pot and everything and time yourself. Nobody burping. When you get a desire, look up for what you're looking for. Most time, what we're looking for, sometimes we see the fanciness of every soup, but you make your own soup, you'll be surprised. All you need to do is start, and then when you taste the first soup you make, and then you say, not bad, then you keep going again. Keep going until you get better. Then you start to explore different ways of making your soup. You probably start make vegetable soup or whatever kind of soup, bean soup, cow skin soup, and all these things. You start to challenge yourself in different ways in which you can drink your soup. Make the soup and drink your soup and enjoy your soup. But you can grate the carrot, because the carrot can act like a pumpkin. See what I'm saying? So if you don't got no pumpkin and you're looking for that kind of orangey nice looking flavor, grate your carrot and boil it down. So when it's boiled down, then you give it that flavor. Your Irish potatoes, we call it potatoes here, you can dice those up so small so when time to cook, it just dissolve in the soup. You don't even see it, but you just see the thickness of the soup. If you don't want to add flour to your soup, so give it that nice flavor, you know what I mean. But if everybody have to watch their starch or so, or they watch their starch intake or so, then you know you have to know what work for you. Then you use your carrot. You use your carrot, and you can use, you know, I use some flour. But if you have bean and you want the soup to be nice and rich, you can start use some bean, and make your soup nice and rich. And then after that, are you cooking enough bean? Make one boiled all the way out to give the soup a nice thick flavor. And then you leave the rest of the other half of the bean for when everything is cooking, so you can see your bean in your plate. You know what I mean? So when everything is cooking, you put that rest with everything else you're gonna add to it in there, so when you're ready to serve, you see bean in your plate, and then the other beans are made to make the soup nice and rich like this. If you want your soup like this, because not everybody like their soup too thick, and not everybody's like their soup too watery. So to each its own. But I'm a soup person, and if you have the chicken cubes too, that's another one you can also buy. I know I get mine at Sam's Club, the big that one at Sam's Club, and I use it maybe two or three of them in my soup, depending on the big pot of soup. If I'm maybe using a big pot like the one I use, I might use five or six, and get me my soup. So if you want to use the cubes are great ways to even teach your young children how to make soup as well. Because you could start them off with a small pot, and I mean small, not so small, because those cubes are still salty enough same way. So you start them off with a small enough size pot, and you could tell them just use 3 cubes in there, and then you can put some all-purpose seasoning. You could put some pepper flakes, plus your onion gonna come into play if you like onion in your soup, your bell pepper, your string bean, whatever you have at hand, your string bean. Some people like okra in their soup, and if you have some corn, you can dice your corn up. Corn is a great way to eat, will bring your soup flavor up, and it doesn't matter what soup either. You can't just have that oof in it, especially fresh corn. Like when it's corn season, great way to give your soup some flavor. Not when corn out of season. Those corn don't have this the taste that you'll be looking for. Like when something is in seasoning. When something is in season, ooh, you really get the desired taste of what you're looking for. Jaden, what you doing? Get over here and finish up your food.
I want bad boy.
Finish up your food. Mm. And still I add mushroom in my soup. So whatever you desire or anything, you can do it. And soup is a great way to challenge yourself too with cooking.
Mother.
Because if you can make a one pot taste good, then you're on the verge of challenging yourself to anything else. What is that?
Moninator.
Oh,
And if I take them out, then it's a whistle.
oh. So you eat out the dumpling. So you don't eat up the bean.
I would like to be.
Eat up the bean. The bean good for you. You wanna be smart? Gotta eat up your bean. Your bean is protein.
Oh, what about my cup of tea? What about his cup of tea?
He got his tea already.
Where?
His family. Just challenge yourself with some soup. And if you're wondering, so how would it taste without salt? You're making the soup. You will know how it tastes. You can always get the spoon. You don't use the same spoon you're using in the pot to put in your mouth. You get the spoon, you take up some of the liquefied water, drop it in your hand, sample it, get your hand washed off, and then from there you eat. Based on that, it can also tell you what else do you need to put in your pot. Do you need to add more seasoning, or do you need to add more of whatever you need to add in your pot? It will tell you. And if you think you get that desired taste that you were looking for, then you can say, it's good right here. But if it's not good, then you will also know it, because then your taste bud gonna taste off, you know. Especially if you're doing it for a while, you know what you're looking for in your soup. Sometimes you don't even know till you start cooking. You say, all right, this is how I really want my soup to come out. I want it kind of thick. I want it kind of liquefy. I don't want it too thick. You start to know. So then you know how long should you cook your soup for, or even with your meat, or so you have to know how long you want it to cook for. Because what if you don't like saggy meat? Probably one of these days I go to what they call it culinary school and go further, learn instead of just have basic information from cooking every day or whatever. So that when I'm talking about stuff, I can say, okay, so and so, blah blah blah, shed more light better, or I can go do some research on the art of cooking, or making soup, and just put love in what you're doing. Love, young man. Your class needs to done before 11 o'clock tonight. Please go have a seat and eat your food. You heard what I said. When you roll like a chicken. Turn that down.
Okay.
Turn that down. Turn it all the way down, but you're dancing. Okay. Good, thank you. So yes, so know what you're looking for when you're making your soup. And if you never make soup before, all you gotta do is start. If it's some bean you feel for to make your soup, soak your bean overnight with some peg of garlic, maybe 2-3 big peg of garlic. You can't hear it because I'm talking. 3 big peg of garlic. Beat it up, drop it in your bean to soak overnight. Tomorrow morning you get up bright and early in the morning, and you put your soup on, and you put your bean on. You could put it down on low, or you could turn the pot up if you're home and cook it. If you don't want to use your crock pot. But if you have a crock pot, why not use it? Save your time. You go wherever you need to go to and come back. Right? If you don't have that, go the old method route. They soak it overnight, put it in the fridge. So if you're gonna soak it, they used to put it in the fridge. You put it in the fridge with your garlic. They say garlic make it soft. I don't know. But they say garlic make it soft. So by the time when you soak it, then tomorrow, no time for it to take to cook. You know. But when you don't soak it, it take longer to cook. But if you soak it overnight or so, then tomorrow, easy breezy. You don't do what? Jaden, can you see that baby not feeling well? Why would you be touching him more? He just went there and just knocked him in his chest. Jaden, get me black book. Thank you. But all it is just to start, family. Whatever soup you want, just to start. Get your potatoes, whatever you need, and dice them up. Cook your soup.
Oh no! What's the same way Play-Doh?
You eat out all the dumpling and the meat and everything, and left the bean left the bean.
I need some more Play-Doh.
Ain't this Play-Doh, Jaden?
Every day. I want some more.
And this is so good, family.
Look, I can barely see my nails.
Go wash your mouth now.
Okay.
This boy juke me. Wow. Selena the Celestial, greetings. How are you? Here drinking some soup without salt. And soup is good. I love soup. It's a blessing from Australia. Yes, blessings. Happy Sabado. Happy Saturday to you as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate. Just here enjoying the soup. Oh, yeah. Enjoy the weather. I know the weather is beautiful because over here it's not so bad now, but it's cold right now. So hope you have an awesome rest of your weekend. Thank you so much. Everything is looking much better so far, you know. Kids feeling much better so thank you. Enjoy the park with your daughter, my dear. Yeah, enjoy the warm weather. So I'm about to leave, family, so I'm just writing down. So what is it? What is it? So thanks to everyone. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. And just remember, you can challenge yourself with anything, family. So don't out there say, I don't know how to do this. Just get a pot. You got a pot? That's your start. You got a spoon? You got to start. You get you some scallion, some onion, some bell pepper. Even if you don't have no bell pepper, that's fine. Just get you some onion, some scallion. If you don't have no scallion, the onion is still good. You drop in there when the pot almost done, you know, to bring that flavor up, man. So I'm telling you.
Just play those rounds. I made a ball.
Oh.
Wait, I can turn this into a miniature. Angry face. Now look at my miniature angry face.
Angry face?
Yeah, it's miniature.
I see you eat out the dumpling. I gotta hide my dumpling.
Huh?
I gotta hide my dumpling.
Hide your dumpling?
Yeah, I gotta hide my dumpling.
You got dumpling?
Yeah.
I want to eat them all.
All right, family, we're not gonna stay any longer, so this is where we're gonna leave it. And we say big shout out to Barry Walking Exercise for your health, and Selena the Celestial, Christopher the Flash, Up Movement TV, and Princess Brown, and to everyone who was watching in the background, to all the likers, the sharers, the commenters, the well wishers. Listen, 2025 is the year we're gonna challenge ourselves, huh? Anything we tell ourselves we can't do, we can do. We just need to start. And if you are one of those persons who want to make some soup, or you feel for some soup, and you say, but I don't know how to do it, yes, you can. Get you your pot. If it's bean you intend to cook, get you some beans. Whether the ones in the can or whatever, get you some of those. Or if you not intend to cook no bean, get you some nice fresh meat from out the store that you don't want to unthaw. I can tell you that much. And do your thing. Get you some Irish potato, get you some sweet potato, you could shred your carrot, get you some chicken cube. If you don't have the chicken cube, you could use the powdery one. The powdery chicken, what they call it? Bouillon or something like that. And you can go use that. They have them in Sam's Club if you want the chicken cubes. So you know that you could just drop 2 of them in your soup. If it's by yourself alone, you just drop 2 in the soup. And you're good to go. If you have a big family and you're cooking a big pot of soup and they like soup or so, then you might want to drop maybe 5 to 6 in your pot. And you can either drop 5 and then you taste it, and if everything is good. If you don't want to add no salt. But if you are somebody who have hypertension, you don't want to add no added salt, you just want to just use the seasoning, just use it like what I do. You know? And make your soup same way. And it still tastes good. You know? And you won't have to use as much as somebody else who's good and normal, not struggling for hypertension. And you're good to go. So family anyway, when you say walk good, I want to say walk good.
Like it's a sculpture queen.
You just stole my dumpling.
What is going me down there? Give me my dumpling back.
No, you stole my dumpling.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I want all the dumpling.
you ate your dumpling.
I want my dumpling back.
Anyway, family, we're not going to argue about dumpling on the phone. We argue off. So anyway, family, walk good, have a blessed day, and listen to me. You can do it. Go get you a pot. If you don't have a soup pot, get you a pot. And you start. That's all you need. Get you a pot, knock it on the stove and say, pot, stove, here I come, eh? Be like Home Alone. Boom. You gotta fence for yourself. Home Alone. All right, family, walk good, have a blessed day. We out with the soup, all right? Peace.
Like and subscribe to Resilient Queen.